All right, so Giovanni on YouTube asked us, hey guys, I hope to catch your next live video. In the meantime, since I have 7/8 days to travel from Picton, Wellington, return, what places would you suggest me to visit? I'd like to hit at least Nelson Lakes area and Hokitika and stay on the west coast. Any suggestion would be much appreciated.
Well, Giovanni, we do have suggestions for you, but the best way to actually talk about itineraries is to grab our trusty map. So let's just get started with that. Do you want a pen, Laura?
That would be most helpful.
Do you want another color as well? You like
I like to join up the dots with a different color.
Here you go. All right, so what we're going to do, we're just going to put all the destinations on the map, the thing that you should be hitting in about 1 week in the South Islands, and then we'll tell you a little bit why you should be hitting all of those. So obviously you can be starting in Picton, as you mentioned. So Picton. Let's get started in Picton.
Somewhere around here.
Yep. And where is he finishing?
Oh, he's finishing back in Picton.
Okay, cool. So we start in Picton. That's perfect. So from Picton here, you are going to be making your way toward Nelson. Yeah, because you want to go to Nelson.
And the Nelson Lakes area, he was saying. Yeah.
And then you're going to drive all the way down to Hokitika. So it's going to be a bit of a long drive, but it's definitely worth checking out there. Then you're going to check out the Glacier.
Somewhere around here.
Yep. Then you're going to make your way to beautiful Queenstown.
Probably a little lower than that, but...
Yep. Then you're going to make your way to Christchurch. And then you'll be back in Picton.
Ooh, that's a long drive.
That's a long drive. Indeed. Or do we want to cut him and just get him to do it that way? Maybe we should just remove that. You know what? We're changing our mind. Here you go. You're going to be, I'll give you less drive. So you go to the glaciers and then after you just go straight and you probably stop around Kaikoura. All right, let's talk about all those destinations. So if you start in Picton, right, because you're probably spending some time in Wellington, that's what we suspect, and you're going to hop on the ferry and arrive in Picton. So starting in Picton, it's a really good place to actually start in the South Island. A lot of people just see Picton as just an entry port to the South Island, and that there is not much to do there, but there is a ton. It's a fantastic place, and I really invite you to check out some of our videos about Picton, because we did some awesome mountain biking. There is some awesome wildlife. You can also go check out dolphins. It's really fantastic. So maybe spending a day in Picton is really cool. But then you're going to head to Nelson, because there is quite a few good things to check out around Nelson.
All right, so from Nelson, there's quite a lot of tours that are taking you to the Abel Tasman National Park, which is a little bit more this way. And from there, there's loads of stuff you can do in the Abel Tasman National Park, which is known for its beaches and stunning forests. You can do kayaking tours, sailing. There's even a great walk there, the Abel Tasman Coastal Track, which if you have, which you can make pretty much as long as you want. Day trips to do the hike where boats can bring you back, or you can make it 2 days, 3 days. I think it goes as long as 5 days for the whole trip. So depending on how much time you have, you might just want to do maybe 1 or 2 days near the Abel Tasman National Park. Also in Nelson, the city itself is pretty cool. You can there's lots of really great places to eat and a lot of vineyards and wineries nearby. The centre of New Zealand is there, so if you want to see a amazing geographical landmark, then the centre of New Zealand is there as well. So that's pretty much Nelson in a nutshell.
Yeah. Then after, you're going to make your way down to Hokitika without forgetting the beautiful Nelson Lakes along the way. So the is around the Nelson Lakes are absolutely fantastic. It's those kind of pictures that you see of New Zealand where you have that just one like a small pier made of wood, and then you're on a really placid lake with crazy mountain landscape in the background. So if you have seen those pictures of New Zealand, which you probably have because there's a ton of them, well, then you're going to be able to see those landscape right here. Plus, if you do have a GoPro, just stick it down in the water nearby the pier. There's a ton of hills and everything. It's really cool. If you want to know more about that, just type Nelson or Nelson Lakes, or watch any of our videos about the area. We have a ton of videos on the channel, and we show you all of that, even the top and below the pier. That's to tell you how thorough we are. And then you keep on making your way down on the southern end.
Hokitika.
I think Hokitika is a little bit lower from memory.
It's more across from.
But I mean, that's obviously that's an approximate map, right? But yeah, so then you make your way down to Hokitika. So first you're going to drive alongside the west coast, and the west coast of the South Island is absolutely fantastic. There's so many places to stop along the way. I'm having a brain poop right here. Is Puna Kaiki before or after?
I think it's after Hokitika.
Oh, well, I won't talk about that until the next round. Laura, you talk about it next.
Okay.
Anyway, in Hokitika, it's kind of like the greenstone capital of New Zealand. There is a ton of beautiful arts made of greenstone in so many different shops, and you can also carve your own greenstone, which is amazing souvenirs to bring back home. And obviously, you are on the coast, so you have like a lot of driftwood filled beach and a lot of stuff like that, and obviously plenty of hikes because you are in New Zealand. If you want to know more about Hokitika, as usual, check out our videos or check out nzpocketguide.com. It's also a really good website for you to be able to find out what is there to do in every area.
All right, so then after Hokitika, if you want to see more of the West Coast, it's best to keep traveling down south, making your way toward the glacier country, like the Franz Josef Glacier and the Fox Glacier. But on the way, we recommend checking out the Puna Kaiki Pancake Rocks. It's only a 10 to 20 minute sort of loop walk off the side of the main highway, so it's very easy to find and get to. And that gets you seeing some really awesome sort of limestone rock formations that look like stacked pancakes. So what's not to love about that? So when you get to Franz Josef, you'll probably want to, or Fox Glacier, both of these destinations are only 20 minutes apart, so it's kind of best to just decide which one appeals to you more. But when you get to those areas, the offering of activities there is very similar. You probably want to stay there at least a couple of days, maybe even 3 days. So you can do things like heli hiking on the glaciers, where you can go and actually put some crampons on your hiking boots and walk on a glacier, which is pretty cool. There's skydiving, where you can get some amazing views of the Southern Alps before free falling from 20,000 feet or whatever it is nowadays.
Awesome videos on the channel to check this one out. We're not scared at all. That's a lie. We are very scared.
Otherwise, there are some free activities you can do, which are a few hikes to do around the area. We have all the information on the different hikes on nzpocketguide.com. If you just type in the search either Franz Josef or Fox Glacier, and you'll get
so many.
You'll find an article which lists all the hikes to do in those areas. And otherwise, in Franz Josef as well, there's also some hot pools if you want to do a bit of relaxation.
Lindy's Pass, is that correct?
No, Arthur's Pass, so they'll have to backtrack.
Yeah, so you make your way a little bit back and then turn and you do Arthur Pass. It's a fantastic drive, but it will take you most of the day to do this drive right here, but it's really phenomenal and definitely worth doing. The views are stunning. It's literally just one pass in between the mighty Southern Alps. You're going to see like the tiny river, like the valley is so big and the river is so small. To me, I have always a hard time understanding how this little piece of water kind of carved this whole valley. Right? It's quite phenomenal. So the drive is absolutely fantastic, and you reach Christchurch. Now, if you still have some gas in the tank, both physically to drive more and in your car to drive more, we suggest you skip Christchurch straight away and go to Kaikoura. It's fine. Just right. Oh yeah, if you want, put it. So in Kaikoura is the Banks Peninsula. It's a wildlife paradise. You have little blue penguins. You have tiny dolphins. You will absolutely love this place. It's an extra drive, but I think if I have that short amount of time in the South Island, this is where I want to spend most of my time rather than Christchurch. And then after you backtrack, you go to Kaikoura.
That's a little bit lower than that. But Kaikoura is known for being like a wildlife paradise, especially for marine wildlife. It's very famous for its whale watching, which you can do either on boat tours or actually from scenic flights. Both of them are pretty similar in price. So just bear that in mind, that there's two different options there. You can also do seal swimming, which is personally one of Robin and mine's favorite activity to do in New Zealand. The seals are really interactive in the water. You can do dolphin swimming. You can go on albatross boat tours to actually get really close to these giant giant seabirds, which is really cool. And also there's a lot of walks you can do around the area. You can walk to some seal colonies. You can eat some crayfish because it's all about the seafood in that town as well. Yeah, I think that's probably enough to keep
And
you
we've
going.
got a video of all of that. Every
Yeah.
single one of the activities you just mentioned. We have video on that on the channel.
Yeah.
And then finally, you make your way back to Picton. If you want to stop along the way and you have some other passenger, because that's not for you, you can stop around Blenheim to get yourself some of the best wine of New Zealand. But if you don't, or if you're there just driving by yourself, please don't drink and drive. But yeah, some awesome wineries around Blenheim. It's quite amazing. The amount of different wines that are made in this region. It's actually, I think the Marlborough region is the #1 producing wine in the country.
Yes,
yeah?
it is.
So it's the largest wine production area in the country. I think second one is here around Hawke's Bay. Anyhow, so this is how we will spend 7 days, Picton to Picton, in the South Island for you, Giovanni. I hope that was helpful to you. If you did find this video useful, make sure to like. It's a great free way to support all our hard work. So yeah, that's always cool. And if you do want some more information, check out nzpocketguide.com, which is your Bible of traveling in New Zealand. See you guys around. We'll go back to the live chat.